How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. I decided to make this video randomly because what I'm dealing with right now in my life kind of felt appropriate to make a video about because I felt compelled to share my experiences with you guys. So for this video, I'm going to explain to you guys what I do when I'm having harder, rougher days, I guess you can call it. As some of you guys may know, I've been dealing with some kind of cough, sickness thing for the last few weeks or so, and you know, obviously being sick isn't the best thing. It's not the best thing for your mental health, your physical health, obviously, and it kind of just wears you down a little bit. And I'm also right now in a period of my life where my university career is coming to an end, so I'm really busy with last minute like assignments, exams, just trying to like keep it all together for this last little bit of crunch time. And honestly, like, this hasn't been a very easy time for me. One of the big reasons for this is because obviously, like as some of you guys may know, when you're sick, obviously you're not sleeping well, your body's worn down, you obviously can't exercise, which is like a huge part of my life. So the fact that I haven't been able to go to the gym or do any kind of physical movement in the last few weeks has been really, really damaging to my mental health. So whenever I'm stressed or frustrated from studying or whatever it is in life, I can't go take it out at the gym like I normally would do. And also just the fact that I'm sick in general is just kind of frustrating because obviously, as you guys know, I'm vegan and I like to exercise, so I'm always trying to do whatever I can to keep myself healthy on all levels, and for some reason I just ended up catching something anyways. So that's a bit frustrating for myself to deal with. But even though I'm going through this period in my life right now, I'm always reminding myself that it will come to an end. Within life, there is a balance of everything. There's a yin and a yang, there's a light and a dark, and there's good days, there's bad days, and you need both of these things in order to live a successful life where you are growing properly. So it is important that when you have your good days and you have your bad days, it's important to understand that that is just part of the balance, and that even if you are having a bad day, it will come to an end. It's just a temporary thing to help you grow, and bad days and bad feelings always pass. And I know obviously it's easier said than done a lot of times, and even myself, there are days where like I get into even darker places than that. Like there are days when I like don't want to do anything, like I have like the littlest amount of patience possible, like I just can't talk or speak to anyone. I binge out on like the worst foods possible even though they're vegan. It's kind of just a lot unhealthier than I would normally do, and it's okay if those things happen because those are all coping methods that you have to get through this time. It's just important to bring the logic into the piece and be like, okay, I recognize and understand that this is how I'm feeling and this is why I'm feeling it. And I think it's important to allow yourself to feel whatever it is on those days that you're not having as good of a time, and understand that it's part of your self-growth and you'll get through it, and it is temporary. If everything was good all the time and we're all having an amazing time, we would never have a reason to grow. We would never be forced out of our shells and be forced to grow and become the people that we are supposed to become. So it is very important that these bad days happen, but it is also important to recognize that there is a time limit to these things, and it is never the be all and end all as it seems. Like the universe does have a plan for us, and even though we won't always see it and understand it, that is totally okay. Even though, like I said, there are days where I have days where I've just completely like totally not myself, and I'm enraged and I have no patience and I'm so frustrated. But it is important to try to not let those kinds of things take over your entire way of behaving and thinking. Again, I know easier said than done, and I'm definitely far from perfect, and I, like I said, have those days where I do feel those kinds of extreme bad emotions. But at the same time, it's important to acknowledge sometimes when we're doing things that are detrimental to our personal health and things that are detrimental to others, and just take with that and work with that and understand that this is something that I'm feeling, but it does not need to take over my entire being. And if you are having those types of feelings or any kind of bad feelings whatsoever because you're having a bad day, just try to take the time to do the things that will help make you feel better. Like in my case right now, even though I have assignments due still and exams, even though I'm not having such a good time and I'm sick, I'm not going to push my body to limits that does not feel right for me. And it is okay to do this because at the end of the day, your health is more important than anything else, and you can't even exceed in anything else if you're not healthy. So it's important to cater to the parts of you that need to be taken care of before you take on the tasks that are required of you. So in my case, like today, for example, I'm eating whatever I feel like, and today in that case, that just happens to be more food than usual, but like it's cooked food. Like I had a quinoa stir fry earlier. I made a chocolate smoothie bowl where I just had bananas and like no other fruit in it. Like I'm just intuitively eating at the same time, but I'm just making sure that like I am doing what feels right for me right now. And another thing that I also want to add into this is that even if you are having a really bad day, and it could be hard because I know a lot of times people want to binge eat on whatever it may be, I myself included, it's important to try to eat as healthy as you possibly can, because if you are eating the types of foods that do affect your hormones and other parts of your body, such as dairy products, meat products, foods with chemicals that you can't even pronounce in them, those take a negative toll on your body always, and it's just even worse, more so when you're in a bad place already. So I think it's important that even if you are feeling down and you want to deal with that through food, just try to keep in mind as best as you can, eating the best as you can at that time. Like, okay, are there alternatives to the things that I would like to make? Like instead of getting deep fried French fries, can I cut my own potato wedges and bake them? And you know, it's still a fry, but it's a healthier fry. Or it's like, oh, like I want ice cream. Like, could I take like frozen bananas or something and make them into some kind of like nice cream thing where I'm still getting a lot of the flavors because I can add my own, you know, vanilla extracts and chocolate powders and cinnamon and still make it taste like it, but it's still a healthier base for me. I think it's important to try to do that whenever possible, whenever it feels right for you, just because when you are eating healthier, obviously it's going to improve your brain chemistry and it will help you get through the time easier and not put you into such a deeper slump than you're already in. So whenever any of you guys are having bad days, just please try to listen to what your intuition is telling you to do. That will help you get through this time. Whether it's going for a walk, going to the gym and exercising, calling up one of your best friends or a relative or someone, a partner who you can confide in and talk with them about what you're going through, bake something, cook something, like literally whatever it is that your heart speaks to and calls to during that time. Please listen to it, because you will be able to get through this time so much faster and grow through it so much better than you would if you were just going through the motions and doing things that may not be so productive, like, for example, binge eating, self-harm, drinking, doing drugs. In my opinion, those aren't the best coping methods available just because those activities do have repercussions. So it'll help you temporarily, but then you are left to deal with a result that may not help you within the situation whatsoever and just actually make the situation worse in the end. So that is my suggestion to you guys. If you are going through bad times, just do what you want, do what feels right, and try to remember that those dark times will pass. Like everything else, everything passes. And the good things will come and you will grow successfully from that experience. I'm gonna wrap this video up here. Like I said, this was a video that I kind of made on the spur of the moment, but I felt compelled to share with you guys that everyone has bad days, including myself, and I wanted to share with you guys what I do on those days when I'm feeling off and not feeling my best, because a lot of times when you're in a bad place and you're in a bad mood, it can sometimes feel like you're the only person in the world going through this. But I just want you guys to know that that's never the case. I just want you guys to keep that in mind, and that it is okay to have bad days when you have them. Just acknowledge the fact that this bad day will end and that good times will be coming, and that this bad experience and how you react to it and how you take it will help improve yourself for the future when dealing with these kinds of situations again. Thank you guys so much for listening to my rant here. I honestly feel so much better after speaking with you guys about this and sharing my experience. As always, if you have any questions, you can leave them down in the comments section below. If you liked this video, even though it was very random, feel free to like it and let me know if you guys want me to be more honest with you guys about these kinds of things, or talk more about these things like mental health, my experiences with mental health, all those kinds of things. That's totally okay with me, and I'm completely open to doing so if you guys would like to see more of that. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning, day, or night, wherever it is that you are in the world, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.